Hello, I'm going to be showing you all 80 first grade kanji. First, I will tell you what kanji will be talking about, so in this case ichi. Then I will give you some examples. Ichi means one and is used in the word ichi nense. Ichi nense, which means first year. So it takes the first part in the word first year. It's also used in the word hitori. If you watched Bocchi the Rock, then you might have noticed that the main character was named Goto Hitori. Hitori, alone. It was a joke made by the author to say that she's always alone. Ni. Ni is two. It can be used in ninense. You can guess that if ichinense is first year, then ninense will be second year, since ni is two. It's also used with this kanji to make futari, futari, hitori, hitori, futari, futari. And this means two people. Hitori is alone, futari is two people. San. San is three. So we can see that it's pretty simply, we already know three kanji. Ichi, one line, ni, two lines, san, three lines. Again, we can use the example of a first year, second year, or third year. And since this is san, 3, you might know how to already read it. Sanense. And here we're using the reading of this character nin to make san nin. You can see that here ichi and ni are read irregularly. So he and fu. Normally they aren't read that way. Usually you would only hear ichi or ni, but this word and this word are exceptions to make hitori and futari. And this word is a regular way of reading both this kanji and this kanji, sananin. I'll introduce this kanji next, so that you know what I'm talking about. It is hito. Hito means person. It's used in the word ningen. Ningen is person as well. So this is the kanji for people. And this word can mean people as well. You can see that we read this kanji as nin, just like here. So nin and hito are the regular ways of reading it. Let's continue with 4. This kanji will be a bit more difficult compared to the first 3. 4 is yon. Yon. Again, we can use the example with this kanji. Yonin. 4 people. Hitori, 1 person or alone. Futari, 2 people. Sannin, 3 people. Yonin, 4 people. We can use an example of, yes, this one. Japanese use these numbers to designate their months. So January is the first month. So Ichigatsu. Ichigatsu. February is the second month. So Nigatsu. March is the third month. So Sangatsu. And here we have an exception. Is not Yongatsu, but Shigatsu. Shigatsu. If you watched Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, you're lie in April. So Shigatsu is April. This is the kanji for 5. Go. So we have Ichi, Ni, San, Yon, Go. Go is 5, and we can use it again with this kanji, Hito, to make Gonin, 5 people. And Gogatsu, which means the 5th month. And Gogatsu, 5th month, is January, February, March, April, May. May. Let's continue with Roku. Roku is 6. Rokunin, 6 people. And Rokugatsu, June. Nana. Nana is 7. We can again use it with this kanji Hito. I won't write in it again. It would be Nananin, like in Yamada-kun, Yamada-kun to Nananin no Majo. Yamada-kun and the 7 witches. But we have another exception when it comes to this. To the use with this kanji. It's not Nanagatsu, like we would expect, but Shichigatsu. So here it's Shigatsu, and here it's Shichigatsu. Hachi. Hachi is 8. It sounds regularly with Gatsu. Hachikatsu. 8th month. So after July is August. August, 8th month. Shichigatsu is July. Hachigatsu is August. And to say September, we say Kugatsu. To do that, we use the kanji Q. Q is 9. So Kugatsu. And you see that we keep using this Gatsu Gatsu Gatsu. So let's translate it. When it stands alone, it's not Gatsu. Its another reading is Getsu, but when it stands alone, it makes the sound Tsuki. Tsuki is the moon. In this case, its meaning is month, so 4th month. But here, when it stands alone, its meaning is the moon. Yes. For example, in the phrase Tsuki ga kirei, Tsuki ga kirei, there is an anime that's called that way as well, and it means the moon is beautiful. Japanese express their love that way. Ju. Ju means 10. We can use it with any of these number kanji, aside from 1, because Ju is 10. we can't say 110, we can only say 2/10 to say 20. Niju or Sanju, 3/10, so 30. Whatever, Rokuju, 6/10, so 60. Let's move to He. With this we mostly have all the number kanji. So we want to say if you want to say they, use he. So he is they and is used in the word for Japan. Nihon. Nihon is Japan. I assume that they used the kanji for they in their name for Japan because they wanted to show that they are the country of the rising sun. So when there is day, there is sun. And so the rising sun. Just my assumption. We can say its other reading is jitsu. If, for example, if you use it with this kanji, that's read here as sen, and put he behind it, it's not read as sen he, but senjitsu. So he, they, Nihon, Japan, senjitsu means the other day. So I could say senjitsu sotsugyo shimashita. I graduated the other day. Hon. Hon means book. Again, it's used here in Japan, in Nihon. I think that is because they wanted to show that Japanese are well learned, they like books. So, country of the rising sun and like books. And so they kind of describe themselves in their name. We can even make a word if we switch the order of these kanji to make honjitsu. Honjitsu means today. It's a formal way of saying today. Honjitsu. Toshi. Toshi means year. Its other reading is nen. For example, if you wanted to say next year, you would say rainen. Rainen. But if you used it in this year, kotoshi, it would have the reading toshi. Kotoshi, this year. Rainen, next year. Toshi, year. This is dai. Dai can be used in the word oki. Oki. Both here and here it means big, but alone it's not really used. So you don't really say dai. You use it with either hiragana or kanji. So oki, or you could say otona. And otona means adult. So in all the cases, it always means big. Like a big person. Naka. Naka means inside. So naka ni, inside. It's used in the word for China. Chugoku. Chugoku is China. And here it has the reading Chu. Alone it's Naka, here it's Chu. Nihon and Chugoku are exceptions. Usually the names of other countries are written in katakana. If you put this kanji into Google Translator, you would see that it's read as shutsu, but it's not really used in this way. It's read as either shu in the word shuppatsu, shuppatsu means departure, or it's read as de in the word deru. Deru means to leave. So this kanji has the meaning of leaving. Deru, leave, shuppatsu, departure. This is the kanji for seeing. Mi, in the verb miru. So miru is to see. Oh, we already got through Tsuki. You know that it's the moon. So let's go for this. It can be read as se when it's with other kanji. For example, in the word for living things, seibutsu. Seibutsu, creature or a living thing. But if you use it with hiragana, it has two ways of being read. The first is I in the word ikiru. Ikiru is to live. And the second is u in the word umareru, to be born. Umareru. So umareru, ikiru, seibutsu. It has this meaning of life, of living. Ue, ue. It means up. So, for example, in jozu, jozu means good, to be good at something, capable. We'll later find out that this kanji is the kanji for hands. So if we combine it, ue, up, and hands, upper hands, like a higher level of hands, so to be good at something. It's also used in the word joshi. Joshi means boss. You might have read the manga Kawaii Joshi o Komarasetai. I want to trouble my cute boss. So it's in business setting. Boss, Joshi. Shikara. Shikara is strength. No ryoku. So here it has the reading of ryoku. It's also used in the word for effort. Doryoku. Doryoku. I'll write effort again. Because I didn't write it nicely. You can see that chikara has a similar shape to the katakana ka, but it's kind of bigger or more massive. This is kin. Kin means gold. You might have heard of the Japanese palace, Kinkakuji. Kinkakuji has the second floor covered in gold, so that's why they used this kanji to describe it. If you use hiragana o and put kin behind it, you get okane. Okane means money. It's also used in the word for metal, kinzoku. New, new, in the word nyugaku, for example. Nyugaku is the word for admission. So you can see that it's entering something, entering the school, admission. So this is the kanji for entering. It can make a verb as well. Hairu. Hairu means to enter. If you put it into Google Translator, you would get the reading Ritsu. But it's not really used as Ritsu. Either it's read as Rippa, not Rippa, but in the word Rippa. And you can see that the reading is Ri, not Ritsu. Rippa. Or if you want to make a verb from this kanji, you put tsu behind it to make tatsu. And tatsu means to stand. Rippa means fine, like this really fine, good thing. And tatsu means to stand. So you could translate this as outstanding, since this is the kanji for standing. Tatsu. Here is the kanji for hands that I mentioned before. Te. Te means hands. Hands. And it's used in the word jozu, that uses the kanji ue. And the word in the word heta, that uses the kanji shita. Jozu, to be good at something. Heta, to be bad at something. That's because it uses this kanji, and it's the opposite of this kanji. Shita means below or under. So ue, shita. For example, teburu no shita ni, or wherever shita ni. Gaku. This is the kanji that is associated with school. It's used, for example, in the word gakko. Gakko is the word for school. So you can't use gaku alone when you want to say gakko, but have to use this kanji along with it to make gakko. It's also used in the verb manabu. And manabu means to learn. Manabu. Ta. Ta means rice field, but it's not really used to designate a rice field, but it's more used in surnames. That's because when the surnames of Japanese were being created, they had to designate a name for themselves, and rice fields were things that they really came in contact with a lot. So Japan even looks that way, because wherever you look, you can see this kanji, rice field, ta, in the surnames of Japanese. For example, in the word Tanaka. And you know already that naka means inside. So ta, rice field, naka, inside, the one inside of the rice field. It's also used in Honda. Another popular surname is Yamada. N. N is the kanji for yen, so the Japanese currency. N. This is ko. Ko is the kanji for child or children. Another word for children is kodomo. Kodomo. We'll encounter this kanji later, and it will have the reading shi or ji, not ko. Me. Me are eyes. You can see that these outside parts of me are supposed to be the whites of the eye, and this is supposed to be the black part or the colored part. Me. Se. Se means correct. For example, in the word tadashi. Tadashi means to be right. But when a teacher wants to say that your answer is correct, he doesn't say tadashi no kotae, but seikai. Se. Seikai. Ki. Ki means spirit. It's used in the word kuki. Kuki means air. Kuki. Or when you want to say Ogenki desu ka? How are you? You use this kanji before ki. Genki. So if you want to say Ogenki desu ka, we just use hiragana to fill it in. Ogenki desu ka. Ogenki desu ka? So ki is spirit. This kanji is the kanji for small things, but just like dai, sho isn't used alone. It's used with either hiragana or other kanji. For example, in the word chisai. Chisai means small, or in the word shosetsu. Shosetsu means novel. It's used here as the small because novels can be pretty short. Yama. Yama, you already saw it in Yamada, which is a surname. So the rice field next to a mountain. But it's mostly used alone as Yama, a mountain. This is bun. Bun means sentence. It can be used in the word for literature. Literature means bungaku. Bungaku. You already know that this is the kanji for school. So bun, sentence, the school of sentences. And since literature is about the sentences, bungaku. Onna. Onna is woman, but it can have the reading of jo. For example, in the word shoujo. Shoujo, which means girl. There is another way of saying girl, and that is onnanako. Onna no ko. Woman's child, but not in the literal sense, but in the sense that the woman is still a child, so she is a girl. Hyaku. Hyaku means 100. So, for example, in the title, Hyakuman no inochi no ue ni ore watatteiru. I'm standing on a million lives because Hyakuman, which uses this Hyaku, means million. Hyakuman, million. Ishi. Ishi means stone, but it can have the reading seki, for example in the word hoseki. I don't know if you can read it, so I'll try to write it again. What am I doing? Sorry. Oh, here this line. Seki. Hoseki. The Japanese author Natsume Soseki has this kanji in his name as well, in the seki part. Saki. Saki means before, or what happened before. So you can use it alone as well. Like if you're talking about some sentence, you can say Saki no bun, the sentence that you said before, but it's usually used with other kanji. For example, in the word senpai. Senpai. You probably know what senpai means, but just in case, it's the one who was here before us. So, for example, in business setting, when you're the younger one, or not the younger one, but the one who came in to the business, to the company after you, before you, when you're the one who came into the company after someone else, the others who were already in the company are your senpai, just like in the school system. Na. Na can be used in the word namae. Namae means name, but it can be used alone as well as the kanji for name. For example, in Kimi no Nawa, your name. It's also used in the word for famous. Yume. So it's in the sense of the known name, well-known name. This is kawa. Kawa means river. It's also used often in the surnames that they name themselves after. Because there is a river running through my rice field, I'll just put it into my name. Mura. Mura means village. You can say murabito. Murabito. You can see that we're using the kanji hito, which means person, but since it's with another kanji, the h, the hi, changed to bi. And murabito, village person, villager. Sen. Sen means thousand. For example, today we have the year 2025. So, ni sen, ni ju go. Nisan ni ju go, 2025. Machi. Machi is town. This is Mizu. Mizu is water. For example, in the Mizuzokse no Mahotsukai, water magician. Or when you want to say aquarium, you use this kanji, but it changes its sound to sui. So in the case of aquarium, we get suizoku-kan. 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 Aquarium. And Mizu means water. O. O is king. It's used in the word oji and ojo as well. For example, not for example, but oji means prince. So O is king, oji. You see that we use the kanji ko, but read it as ji, as I said. And we get oji, prince, the child of king. Or ojo, which means princess. It uses o, king, jo, onna, but the reading of jo. And we get ojo, king's woman. Though it's a child, it's a princess, not the queen. This is the kanji for feet, ashi. Often you might hear ashiga hayai, your feet are fast. Oh, why not write it, I guess. Ashi ga hayai. Hayai, fast. It means you are fast. Ashiga hayai. You run fast. This is ji. Ji is the kanji for characters. So it's used in the word for all characters, both hiragana, katakana, and kanji, which is moji. Moji, like I said, are all the characters, so everything here, and katakana and hiragana, and kanji uses this kanji as well. Kan, ji, kanji, moji, kanji. You might have watched Kono Oto Tamare. Stop this sound. Oto. Oto can be read as on. For example, in the word ongaku. On, gaku. Ongaku, music. Music. Japanese like to name their name Japanese like to name their cats balls. So this kanji, tama, which means ball, is used for the cat names a lot. You might have heard it before. This is the kanji for red. It's not really used alone. You put I behind it to get akai, and that means red. Or it's used with other kanji as well. I don't know if you watched Naruto, but there was this organization that was called Akatsuki. Akatsuki, the red moon. Ao. Ao. Again, it's not really used alone, but you put I behind it to get aoi. Aoi. And that means blue. For example, in the title Blue Box, Ao no Hako. I just said that you don't use it with I, but there it's used with I, without I. What am I saying? I just said that you use it with I, but there it's used without I. Ao no Hako. This is Mori. Mori is forest. It's forest because there is this kanji, hi, that means tree, and it has many trees. So in the forest there are many trees. So back here, hi is tree, and it's used in the word for Thursday. Mokuyobi, Thursday. So you could say the day of the trees, Thursday. By the way, all the Japanese days have a kanji associated with them. For example, Monday has the kanji for tsuki, moon. So it's the day of the moon. Getsu yo bi. Or the kanji for Sunday, nichiyobi. Nichi yo bi. It's the same kanji, but it's read differently because it's meant to have a different meaning in the part of the word. This bi just means that it's the day of the week, and this nichi is he is also associated not with only a day, but with sun as well. So Sunday is the day of the sun. So here this nichi doesn't have the meaning of day, but sun. This is shiro. Shiro, when you put I behind it, can mean white. Though I guess even without the I, it can mean white. No, it has this meaning, white, but usually when you want to say associated with something, so for example, a pen, you say shiroi pen. You can also say mashiro, which means completely white. And you use this thingy, which doubles the sound that comes after it, to make mashiro. Mashiro. Kusa. Kusa. Means grass. This kanji, when you put it into Google Translate, you get Hayashi, which means forest. But it's not really used alone. You use it with another kanji. For example, if you wanted to say forestry, so the work of cutting down the trees and so on, you use it in the word ringyo, forestry. Ringyo, forestry. Ten. Ten is heaven. And when you put this kanji behind it, you get another word for heaven, which is Tengoku. Tengoku is heaven. And you can make from this word heaven as well, weather as well, and that is Tenki. Tenki is weather, Tengoku is heaven, and this kanji alone means heaven as well. He. He, this kanji, means fire. Just like the kanji for day, it has the pronunciation of he, but it has different meaning. It can be used in the word Tuesday, for example, kayobi, and has the pronunciation of ka in kayobi. But it can be used in hanabi as well, and hanabi mean fireworks. Hanabi. You can see that the pronunciation has changed from hi to bi, hanabi, because it's used with another kanji. Hana. Hana is flower. Migi. Migi means right. You probably remember that in the Parasite, the main character named his right hand, his parasite, Migi, because he was in his right hand. Right hand is Migite, Migite, and the right side, not in the sense of justice, but in the sense of direction, is Migigawa. Migigawa. The opposite of Migi is Hidari, which is left. So Migi is right, Hidari is left. Again, we can use the example of the left hand. Hidari te, or the left side. Hidari gawa. This is the kanji for resting. It uses the radical, that's like the shortened version of a kanji, for person. You can kind of see it in there. The kanji for hito is this, and the kanji for tree. So it's a person resting under a tree, and that's usually a person that's resting. So we use this kanji and put mu behind it to get yasumu. Yasumu is to rest, or we can say holiday. Holiday is kyujitsu. Kyujitsu. Yasumu, rest. So rest day here. This is mushi. Mushi means insect. So I don't know if you watched Mushikaburi Hime. It's more or less this anime that's made like a fairy tale about this bookworm princess. So bookworm, Mushikaburi. Since worm is an insect. Since worm is an insect. This is you. You means evening, but it's not really used alone. When you want to say evening, you say yugata. Yugata. Or when you want to say dinner, you say yushoku. 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 Ito. Ito is thread or string. So, for example, the red string of fate is the Akai Ito. Or if you want to know how to say fate, it's Unme. So Unme no Akai Ito. Kai. Kai is shell or shellfish. It's not really used all that much, but it's one of the first rate kanji. Ame. I really like the shape of this kanji. It's pretty. It's used in the not word, but in the rainy season. So in Japan they have these rain seasons when they have for whole weeks constant rain, and they call it tsuyu. Tsuyu. I don't know if you caught this kanji because I didn't write it nicely. Tsuyu. This is the kanji for dogs. Inu. If you put ko before it, child, you get koinu. And that means puppy. So ko-inu. Ko-inu. It's like one word, so I just put a big space between it. Ko-inu is puppy. Mimi. Mimi are the ears. Otoko. Otoko means man. You can see that it uses ta, the ta kanji, or not kanji, here it's a radical, so a small version of kanji. Ta, rice field, and chikara, the power. So we could say the power on the rice field. And that was most usually men, since they had strength and they worked the rice fields. So otoko, man, is used in the word danashi. Danashi, which means boys. Or if you want to say male, like this scientific way of saying men, you say danse. Dan se male. Kuchi. Kuchi is mouth. It's used in the word deguchi. Deguchi. You already know that this kanji means to leave. So leaving mouth. And mouth is an opening. So leaving opening, exit. Or in the word iriguchi. Iri, you know that this means to enter, though you haven't heard the sound iri from this kanji before. And guchi, iriguchi, entrance. Ko. This kanji is almost never used alone, but is associated with school, the school system. So, for example, in the word for school, we use gaku and ko to get gakko, school. This is take. Take means bamboo. It's not really used all that much. Haya. So when you put e behind it, you get hayai, and hayai means early. So you could say hayaoki desu ne, and you would get the meaning of early riser. So hayaoki, early rise. There's a word that's hayai as well, but one hayai means fast and the other hayai means early. This is the early hayai. Sora. Sora is the sky. So if you remember the word kuki, air, it's used there. Kuki, air. Tsuchi. Tsuchi is earth or soil. Like when you bend down and pick up some soil, you get tsuchi. Kuruma. Kuruma is car. Well, thank you. Bye bye.